Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Scott here from Woke Societies. How is everybody doing tonight? This music is exactly how I was feeling earlier today, the last few days. It has been my mood. Angry, questioning everything, questioning my faith in certain things. Man, oh man, but don't worry. I'm feeling a lot better. How's everybody doing tonight? We got almost 100 viewers already. We just started. It's gonna get up there tonight. We're gonna get at 700, 800, maybe even break 1,000. We'll see. We'll see. It would make my night, that's for sure. What's going on, everybody? Hello from Pensacola. First live from Kentucky. Snicker bar lovers unite. Lisa, I must have had at least 10 before I got on here. Thank you for everyone joining tonight. We're going to get into a whole mess of things. This episode is more for me than anybody. I'm gonna be honest right now. Definitely a little selfish tonight, guys. I just need to talk to people. I need to get emotions out. I need to just have people listen, and I'm going to listen to you. I'm gonna take your calls. It's been a few weeks since I took some calls. Yo, the effing doctor's in here. What's up, dude? What's going on, Eddie? So now that I got everybody pumped up, we're gonna bring it back down in just a moment. There are great things happening. There were a lot of things towards the middle of the day, towards the end of the afternoon that cheered me up. And everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's all gonna be good, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's stressed. We're all gonna vent. We're all gonna feel good after tonight. Tonight's gonna be one of those gonna be an experience. That's why I always play music along with my intros and stuff. It sets the tone. It emotionally connects us. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button, comment, share, tell your friends and family about this channel. We are the news now. We are the news now. If you guys can, go to the Woke Society's YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends and family. Hit the like button. Get this episode out there organically so people can see it, so people can watch it. Go to my Patreon. You can be a patron for as little as $1 a month. $12 a year. You can do more than that. That is completely up to you guys. This is supporting this channel and supporting independent media. If you hate YouTube so much, go to my backup channel, BitChute. I've been on here for a year now almost, and I've gotten a whopping 313 subscribers. You can see where the market is. It's certainly not BitChute, but it's okay. It's okay. I love giving options. Go to my wokesocieties.com webpage where you can find all my content in case I ever get shut down on all platforms. And what's cool about this is you can go to all my podcasting links. They're all right here. You can download my content on the go. In case you can't watch me on YouTube, I suggest you all watch me on YouTube. It's a way better experience, but I get it. People are still working. God bless. And if you click my store tab, you can check out my cool store with all the Q and woke swag that you can buy. No pressure. I know money is not something that a lot of people have right now. Totally understandable, but just to give you guys a quick sneak peek here, I'm actually using my Woke Society's mug today. As you can see here, my brother made this. Got my water here. It's so beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful. So you guys can buy that on there. And just in case you guys all know, I've been to, hey, Stuart, keep up the good work, Scott. Thanks, Stu. If you guys want to send me any super chats, we don't have super chats anymore. I've been demonetized. So send any donations to my PayPal. The description is right below. And we can get into all that good stuff. All right. So we're just going to hang out just a couple more minutes here, let everybody gather. I know it's a weird Friday night. I don't even know what day it is. I thought today was Sunday. Lots of Q drops today. We're going to get into some of that. We're going to go over that. We're not going into crazy in-depth things tonight. What people need to realize, I'm learning too. I'm learning along with all of you. So as I'm catching up here, I'm just digging with all the time that I have. I'm digging and I'm digging and I'm digging. And I'm finding more things out. I'm actually researching people's names, going into as much as I can on certain people. And today it's going to be about Dr. Redfield and Birx, or whatever her name is. I don't remember her name because I've just been so full of anger today. I was texting Sean, who's one of the moderators here. Dude, I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm getting so upset that people... How are these people surrounding Trump when they've got a record of this deep state all over them? Fauci, Birx, Redfield. And when I found the information on Birx and Redfield, what they had to do with the AIDS and HIV vaccine back in the early 90s, dear Lord, it made me angry. Why are these people surrounding Trump? Just made me start to question some things, start to get down on certain things. But it is what it is. One more minute, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get into the content here. We're basically just going to talk about just those two characters. We're going to get some Q drops, some of the news, and then the rest of tonight's just going to be taking your calls. I just want to hear from you guys. I just want to talk. That's really all I wanted to do tonight. Dr. Birx, or Birx. Birx. I don't give a shit what her name is. She's a terrible human being. Josh Goodall, I've unsubscribed from the 20 Q channels because they are so repetitive, especially X22. This is the best Q channel. Hey man, I am trying to keep my channel as fresh and as new as possible. I watch the other channels and I'm learning from them, but I'm also not trying to be like them whatsoever. And that's not a knock on any of them. They are all special and unique in their own way. And that's just them. I'm new on the block. I've only been doing this. It's going to be a year in April, ladies and gentlemen. End of April. And we're almost at 30. My goal by the end of this month is going to be 30,000 subscribers. So it's going to be beautiful. So, all right. So now that everyone's in here, everyone's gathered around. We're almost up to 200 viewers already. We'll see what we get up to. Let's get those likes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that over 100 likes if you can. Just hit the like button. It takes 1 second. It takes only 1 second. So, all right. So what are we going to dive into first? So where did this all begin with me today? Well, it all began with this tweet here that I found here from IAT to a True Pundit article. And it goes like this. Top law enforcement brass in the United States are throwing gasoline on the coronavirus, saying the Bureau and law enforcement agencies have developed intelligence that counters the official narrative. So I was like, okay, well, that's interesting, right? What's the official narrative? The official narrative is that this is a virus that attacks the lungs, and it's easily spreadable, and it has flu-like symptoms, right? That is the narrative we've been fed. That is what we've been told. So as I just opened the article here, the article is not long. What's long is the podcast that is attached to it. It says here, in fact, the contagion that has locked down the United States might not even be a coronavirus, as detailed by top Fed insiders on the Thomas Paine podcast. This might be a key reason why the best medical professionals in the world are struggling to treat and remedy what has been reported as a virus using treatment guidelines established for coronaviruses listed below. So if it's not a virus, what the hell is it? This could be something much worse, and they have been treating really what the wrong strain/thing, a top federal official told Payne. The question, how do top FBI and intel officials know more than what we're being told by the White House, CDC, and politicians? And did anyone let the medical doctors know they should be treating patients for a likely pathogen, not a coronavirus? Listen below. Now, that sounds crazy, right? If everyone's in agreement from what we were told, like this is a virus, right? It's the coronavirus. Well, this podcast here was 3 hours long, and I didn't really have any content going forward. I had a few stories, but I actually spent the 3 hours timestamping certain points that I thought were interesting in this. I'm not going to play them because this guy, Tom Paine, is very long-winded, but I did research him. He is very down the middle with his subjects. He does work with True Pundit, but he had a very, I guess, objective view on things. And he has sources. He's been doing this for 40 years. And his sources, the things he was telling him were absolutely crazy. And the real thing about it is, I don't know if he knows about Q. He kind of made a dig at, he said something about trusting the plan. He made a reference to that, kind of laughing. So I don't know if that was a hit on Q or what his opinion on Q is. But either way, I was listening to this podcast here, and he got into the topics of Redfield and Birx. And the things he was telling me, I didn't even know about Redfield and Birx. I never even thought about researching them because I was assuming that Trump was insulated with good people around him as far as this virus is concerned. But we already went into Dr. Fauci last week. We all know about him, who he's connected with. But as I was learning from this podcast here and doing my own little research, Redfield and Birx are complete phonies and absolutely corrupt as far as what they were involved with back in the 90s. So I wrote down some notes here. I don't have as much sauce on this as possible. Most of this was from the podcast from here, which I did link. So if anyone has the time, which a lot of people have the time, it's 3 hours long. Given the middle part is a bunch of talking. Nothing most interesting. Him talking to a woman about the civil liberties being taken from us and all that. We'll get into that just a little bit. But the beginning, probably first half hour, 40 minutes was the most interesting to me out of the whole thing, if you're going to listen to it. But as far as the content in regards to these actors here, the main crux of the podcast, I'm just going to pull up my notes here that have the timestamps on here. Pretty much this actor here, not actor, he's in the Army. Redfield was the one that was tasked at creating a vaccine or doing research on the vaccine for the AIDS HIV epidemic. And as I was researching this, Ms. Birx was also his assistant in the early 90s for all this, right? So as he's coming up with these vaccines, or he's coming up with the research, he's doing all the work supposedly, he comes up with a vaccine, and how it works is you need 3 phases to pass a vaccine through to the CDC. So the first phase, he was called out by many of his colleagues. It was 2 Air Force guys. The one here was Craig W. Hendricks, director of HIV program. His own colleagues blew the whistle on the numbers because they realized that the numbers weren't adding up from Redfield. And not only that, they couldn't reproduce the numbers he was coming up with to match what he was saying. But it still went through. He got it to a phase 2. And he was already invested. It was the first time he was investigated. So as he's doing this, Birx and Field, they published their findings in the New England Journal of Medicine. That was the first phase for HIV/AIDS. And that was able to find. So a lot of this information is so hard to find on Google. It's so hard to find. I had to go on DuckDuckGo for like half of this stuff. But either way, he went into phase 2. He went to the International AIDS Conference in '92 and represented false statistics for phase 2. And the scientists knew about it. They knew about it. And then he went and formed a Congressional Subcommittee and lied about the statistics. But why wasn't anything happening to Redfield? Why wasn't anything happening? Well, for one, the media caught wind of Redfield and what he was doing because they were trying to paint him as a noble warrior. He was the one that was going to bring the country the HIV/AIDS vaccine to cure it for once and for all. So he was carried around the country as this huge media icon. The Army was loving it, and not only that, Congress at the time approved $20 million for their bullshit, for their research. So the Army was getting money, and they were getting positive public press. This is what ultimately led to the vaccine getting to almost stage 3. So while this was happening, Redfield went to Amsterdam for the phase 3 and had his numbers looked at, and the scientists didn't agree. And it got to the point where out at William Reed Hospital, Army Hospital, William McCarthy, one of the lieutenant colonels there, one of the doctors there, was getting so many complaints, he himself looked at it. He looked at it himself. He tried to replicate the numbers. It was something about the blood counts. They lied about the blood counts in reaction to the vaccine that they were testing. They couldn't replicate the data, and he was accused of widespread fraud. But again, the military did not care because it was bringing in the money and scoring points to the Army. The research was fabricated, and fortunately, because of this William McCarthy, it didn't go any further. It didn't get past the phase 3. Phase 3 is when they take the needle and put it into your arm. So that's as far as it got. And remember, who was president? Who was president during this time in the early 90s? It was Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, during all this, not a surprise, right? Not a surprise. And $20 million was a lot back then. It was a lot back then. But this is what I was. This is just this is just the surface research that I was able to find these guys for as much time as I had this morning. I was in a terrible mood this morning, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, these guys have a record. They have a record of being false, lying about a vaccine, lying about the results of the vaccine, and they just went with it anyways. They never got persecuted. Nothing ever happened to them. I'm just like, gee, what else is new with the world, right? We're all waiting for these arrests, which we're going to get into in just a moment, because Q told us about this. The thing is, Trump has to have known this. There's no way he didn't know that. There's no way that he didn't appoint these guys without knowing this. And it just made me angry for just the time being. Was the questions that I was asking myself was Trump caught off guard by this virus? Was he truly caught off guard by this virus? I know the Q team has technology. They can probably see events forecasted with Project Looking Glass. I do believe that. But to predict a specific event, I don't know if they can or not. Again, this is just speculation, but he had to have known all this information about these guys. So why else appoint them? Is it because he's more of a businessman and not more on the scientific? He's not just strong on the scientific side with these viruses. I mean, I don't know, but he's got Fauci up there. And when I'm looking at the panel around him, like, dear God, these same people that lied about the HIV/AIDS vaccine, that if it did get approved, if it wasn't for this Air Force colonel, how many people would have died from the vaccine that got injected, or even just gotten sick in general from vaccine that didn't even work? But it was all for the collection of the money. And doesn't that sound like something like happening right now? Just like my last episode, we're talking about chloroquine and the fight that's going on with that. We know about Bill Gates. We're going to get into Bill Gates one more time. The thing is, too, I just want people to remind you, when you watch this podcast here, I'm just going to switch back here. The Mike Thomas Paine podcast here, he talks about the foundations, the Clinton Foundation. He compares the Clinton Foundation, when he compares it to the Bill Gates Foundation, as child's play. And for me, I know the Clintons they're one of the main ones that everyone wants to see go down. We all want to see that perp walk. We all want to see it. But when this guy here, from all the research he's done and everything he's looked at, he says Gates is the one that needs to be chained up more than anybody. Him and Soros. Because he says the Gates Foundation makes the Clinton Foundation look like child's play. To compare to how much of the world he has money and his influence in. The entire world. And he goes into a really good point here, which I didn't even think about. We talk about the deep state. There's all different kinds of names for him. But this isn't about money. The vaccines are definitely part of the money with Bill Gates, but I'm talking about the ones that have been around for centuries, the families, the bloodlines. Those people that truly run the world. And that's why, again, I'm just going to be honest with everybody. I started getting a little depressed about the fact that, I started thinking Trump's one man. He's in charge of 300 something million people. Maybe he didn't know the extent of how truly evil these people are. And maybe it doesn't matter who the president of the United States is. Maybe it doesn't matter. Because really deep down, they don't control what's going on. We could see, look how fast our country went inside and out, and we're on this house arrest with benefits, as I've been calling it. Look what's happening. And, it just got me down. Maybe this was a little bit over his head, and this is why he scrambled to get these people around him, because this is all he had. It's all he had. But, I took a nap, chilled out for a little while, and I came back, and I felt a little bit better. And the only reason why is because of the current Q drops. And they gave me some hope. They did give me some hope. We're going to get into those, but I just thought it was super interesting knowing that how did these people get into the positions of power that they get into when they knowingly lied, when these military people had their own colleagues ratting them out and whistleblowing on themselves for lying about something such as an important cure for such a devastating disease, and they were just going to go with it. And the military was just going to go with it. And all these people were going to get these injections that needed help, and really, it was just going to get them more sick. Hold on, guys. Looks like the stream is crapping out again. Wonderful. Wait, it's coming back. It's coming back. It's going up and down. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so okay. So that's why I just wanted to get that out there to you guys. This is where my down feelings were coming from. This is where it was coming from. And I was like, man, maybe this whole entire thing is this one big psyop. But, you know, I came back around. I came back around. So maybe Trump is keeping his enemies closer. That is it. But you know what? My faith was restored when I read the most recent Q drops. So let's get into that, shall we? Because they're very exciting and they should provide everybody with some more faith here. So let's see. Where do we start here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Yes, Wanda. So where I want to start here. 39.24. This is all right. Patriots, we're going to start at 39.25. Patriots stand at the ready. Shills whine. Do people really believe the biggest scandal in modern U.S. history will go unpunished? Scot-free. Back channels are important. Patriots stand at the ready. Shills whine. Q. And he goes into the this linked Donald Trump, and you guys can see here my infamous red, white, and Q meme that I always drop anyone that gets Q'd. I stole this from somebody. I don't even know who it was, but it's one of my favorite ones. So you always see it here. But Donald Trump wrote, the Democrats and crooked Hillary paid for and provided a fake dossier with phony information gotten from foreign sources, pushed it up to the corrupt media and dirty cops, and have now been caught. They spied on my campaign, then try to cover it up, just like Watergate, but bigger. And again, Q is just reminding us here that there are going to be consequences paid. These people are not going to be able to walk scot-free. And again, this is why I was getting upset, because all these negative thoughts that are pouring into my head of just seeing what has happened to our country with this virus. It's unprecedented. I just felt like hearing news of seeing, let's see here, just news of our liberties being slowly chipped away one day at a time, hours at a time, hearing that drones are flying around, monitoring people, making sure they're staying, keeping distance from each other. This sounds like 1984 all over again. And this is why I was getting so upset. And I was upset only because it just reminded me how easy the public is swayed by such garbage. Still, there's still so many to wake up. So just coming back here, we're going to end on a positive note, I promise. 39.26, CBS fake news caught misleading the public on COVID-19 for a second time. If you guys haven't seen this, this is absolutely crazy. This is from Breitbart. The truth is right in front of you. So when you go over here, I don't know if you guys probably saw this, CBS was caught using footage from Italy trying to describe a U.S. hospital and again trying to show an image of panic. About 2 weeks ago on March 22nd, CBS News used deceptively edited footage. The first time Breitbart News reported, then that far-left CBS News was caught red-handed using chaotic footage from an Italian hospital in a story about New York City hospitals. It was an editing mistake. We took immediate steps to remove it from all platforms and show, CBS News explained unconvincingly at the time. Okay, so we know that. We know this happens. The media lies about everything. They use fake footage. They use fake pictures. It's common. We know this. It pisses us off, but we all move on, right? So they apologize, but again, over the weekend, CBS News again used this video to mislead its viewers, this time while talking about a Philadelphia hospital. So they thought they were smooth. They thought that they just changed the location, nobody would catch on. But God, these people are so stupid. They're so stupid. The internet is forever. You cannot get away from it. People have, even before the virus, people don't have lives. They go on to troll, and sometimes it's in our benefit, and they find these things. But guys, they used it again. This was the footage here.
Hey, Governor Tom Wolf is appealing to citizens to help.
Replay it one more time if it'll let me.
Orders. In Pennsylvania, cases are skyrocketing.
Right here, this footage right here of the hospital of all these people in here. Cases are skyrocketing. Man. But they did it again. And then this is the quote here. Am I the only one who's noticed how these so-called mistakes only ever fall in one direction, which is anti-Trump? Am I saying the media are hoping for death and chaos? Am I saying the media care about beating Trump in 2020 than they do American lives? You're goddamn right, that's what I'm saying. And that's what it is. That's exactly what this is. The media does not care about you or your family or anything else. All they care about is the agenda. That is all they care about. And they're pushing this fear, and this is where we're ending up. But Q is saying it's right out in the open, and it's true. We see these things happen all the time. So as we continue on, drop here 3927, Q Patriot from Rwanda. We are united in this fight. Where we go one, we go all. And we go here. This was cool. This is a 6-second video. Q Patriot from Rwanda. Q the wake up.
Rwanda. Where we go one, we go all. From Rwanda. Where we go one, we go all.
And that is truly awesome. That's truly awesome. We've seen this movement. We've seen Q. We've seen the where we go one, we go all logo all over the world. And it's just so cool seeing people from different countries that's not even from the United States showing this faith and this joining a movement and just giving people faith that there's more going on here than we can see, but it's all for the good. It's all for the good. So again, we are united in this fight, and that's why I titled the show this right here. Together we will win. And I know it was probably bumming people out when I started the show, but again, I'm cooped up too, just like everybody else. I don't have a lot of people to talk to about this stuff. So it's more therapeutic to get it out, and it's better for you to get it out. So together we will win. Together we will win. Where we go one, we go all. And it links here a tweet. I'm not sure which language this is in. Let me see if it'll let me translate it. Translate tweet. Q theory and conspiracy theories in the United States. What is QAnon? It is an unknown entity. No one knows who they are or why they are spreading their ideas, but it is known about them that they are users of 4chan. Their goal is to warn of the grand conspiracy. The world is at war with a hidden enemy. We will win. And he hashtagged where we go one, we go all. So again, Q is just showing here. Q is just showing here that this is a worldwide fight. This isn't just the United States. This is the entire world fighting a silent enemy. This is affecting everybody. Everybody. So as we continue along with the Q post, this is where it starts getting good. 3929. Patriots making date predictions are harming the movement and harming the mainstream media. I am so glad Q finally called this out. Patriots, be cautious in your interpretations of info posted. False expectations and push based on speculation will only weaponize those who attack us, mainstream media. Look what happened with Austin Steinberg. The moment Austin Steinberg got onto the scene, the Daily Beast was breathing down his neck to get an interview with him to come onto their platform. And they've done this with Jordan Sather. I'm not comparing Jordan Sather to Steinlarp at all. I'm just saying these media companies try to come out to truthers pretending that they're going to be, we're just going to be doing this story about QAnon or whatever. And then when the story is actually published, it completely slanders and changes everything they said. This has happened to Jordan Sather multiple times, where he's had an interview with Wopo or whoever he's had interviews with, and they completely change what he said and put untrue, misleading things, and they paint their narrative regardless of what you said. So right here, they're there. They're out there. They're out there ready to slander and weaponize anything we say against us. This is why Q is calling it out. Why does mainstream media expend resources daily attempting to discredit? Do you provide the playbook to the enemy with specific dates? Logical thinking. FISA indictments equals start, public justice. And this is a link here to a dictionary for the word start. And the interesting thing here, I think I pulled it up here. Definition of start: to move suddenly and violently, to react with sudden, brief, involuntary moment. And I'm trying to see here. There was a reference here to spring, but it's not a big deal. I saw it. Here it is. To move suddenly and violently, spring. So spring is coming. Spring is obviously coming. So is this just another word saying that, again, spring is here. The summer is going to be very hot. What's going to happen? I don't know. But again, this is great here. Do you provide the playbook to the enemy with specific dates? And this is why the entire time I've kept this to myself. All these people making these guesses, and they're very smart, educated guesses. This is a military operation. What do military operations engage in? They engage in disinformation to mess up the enemy. And like Q said, to see if they will destroy their own with their own moves. And if that doesn't work, we'll destroy them with our moves. But like for example, think about the watch pictures. All the watch pictures with the times. We've seen some Q proofs with that. But as far as everything else with the watch, as far as I'm concerned at this point, that can go right out the window. Q's not going to post times and dates of when things are going to happen, because it's not just Patriots and good people looking at these Q drops. The bad guys are looking at this too. Makes sense, right? So that's why Q said logical thinking. Future proofs past, events unlock, and it goes down the list. CEO departures, FBI departures, DOJ departures, state departures, White House departures, DIA. It goes on and on and on. And Q wanted to remind us of the installs that have happened. So you got all the bad people coming out, the swamp being drained. And at the same time, you have, as far as we know, good judges install, Supreme Court installs, White House, FBI, CIA installs, DOJ. And this one here, Attorney General installs. Game theory. If you look, you can see Q. So what this is telling me is, and we're going to get into the later Q drops, which open up more news that got me really excited. No more guessing when these events are going to happen. There's no more of that. As far as theories, I'm not even going to entertain them anymore. I'm not going to entertain them anymore unless it is dropped on the Q boards. I'm not even going to waste my energy digging, looking through other Anon stuff with times. Just let it happen. Keep the faith and let it happen. This is what I think Q is trying to tell us here, and I'm so glad they called this out finally. So moving on, 3930. Trump coronavirus campaign ad features Joe Biden cheerleading for China. Happy Good Friday. And I totally forgot, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Good Friday to all of you. It is Good Friday today. Again, this is why I thought today was Sunday. I'm still jacked up. Trump coronavirus campaign ad features Joe Biden cheerleading for China. And they here, Q tagged Zeus, no collusion, no obstruction. He wrote, hashtag Trump, hashtag coronavirus campaign ad features Joe Biden cheerleading for China. During America's crisis, Biden protected China's feelings. Hashtag Biden, it is in our self-interest that China continue to prosper. And it's a link here to a Breitbart article. And not only that, this dude got Q'd. He got retweeted here by Trump, and then he got Q'd at the same time. So I'm sure there's a delta in there somewhere as far as the timing and all that stuff. But hey, that's really awesome. But again, Q is reminding us, wouldn't China, out of anyone else, wouldn't they want Joe Biden as the president for the next 4 years? He's already cozied up with them. He already had the deals with the backdoor deals with Obama and all that other stuff. We know they had history and they want to keep the status quo. And that's why all this is happening, because Trump is not letting the status quo happen anymore. He's upending all of this. He's upending all of it. So Q's just reminding us. So as we continue here, 3931, evil has been allowed to flourish through all parts of society. And again, this was a tweet here to Secret Agent. Let's see if it'll even pull up. Yes, it says, be cautious in your interpretations of info posted. So glad He finally said this. I've been seeking the wacky conspiracies, number counting, etc. get way out of control. And it's true. It's totally true. So the credibility of our institutions, constitutional law that govern our great land, our republic, and our ability to regain the trust and faith of the American people all depends on our ability to restore equal justice under law by prosecuting those responsible of blind justice. And I'll just continue. I'll skip some of this. I think this might have been an older drop. I'm not sure. It sounds familiar. One must only look to see. Symbolism will be their downfall. Yes. This is definitely a reference to an older Q drop. This is not another 4-year election. Be on your guard. Stay firm in the faith. Be courageous. Be strong. You are not alone. We stand together. Well, we're holding strong here, Q. We are holding strong. Trying to hold the faith here. It's been difficult. It honestly has been difficult this last week. I've only been quarantined as what? Oh, just about 10 days now from work. Some people have been going through this for about a month already. It's tough, man. It's tough. 39-32. Crossfire Hurricane team had multiple reports disputing many material claims of Steele dossier. Yes, so this was a retweet or a screen grab here from Technofog. He's a awesome follow on Twitter. You need to follow him. He's got to be a lawyer. He breaks down court documents like it's nobody's business. He's really good. So it's a the tweet said here from Technofrog, declassification of IG report footnotes. Crossfire Hurricane team had multiple reports disputing many material claims of Steele and his dossier and warning of disinformation. So this is ultimately saying that the FBI knew that the dossier was disinformation, but they still went with this anyways. And we all know this, but now it's becoming public. The public is becoming more aware of this. And let me see if I can just go here to the Twitter here. I'm not sure if there was anything else. Yeah, he wrote, today will be a big day. Declassification of IG report footnotes. So really, really good stuff. So this is what I'm saying. As this stuff was coming out, I was getting more and more happier. And this is what changed my entire mood. 39-33. Multiple DC grand jury subpoenas have been issued on behalf of U.S. Attorney John Durham. We go to the tweet here that was queued. It's from Gregors. This is breaking. Even though we all expected it, John Solomon just confirmed seconds ago on Sean Hannity's radio show that multiple DC grand jury subpoenas have been issued on behalf of the U.S. Attorney John Durham. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what that says to me? The indictments are out. And I thought it was really cool, this side story that was going on. Because of the virus, Durham wasn't flying back and forth from D.C. or wherever he was going from Connecticut. He actually was driving back and forth to make sure that the case continued with no interruptions. When I hear stuff like that, man, I'm like, ah. When you hear you got Barr and Durham, you just feel like shit's getting done. Shit's getting taken care of. At least we hope so. But we have criminal indictments going out. And we're not going to find out about these until these people are probably already in handcuffs. Because they're not going to signal to them that justice is coming. We're coming to get you. The feds are coming to get you. That's not going to happen. It's going to be kicked down the door. Subpoena. We got you. Let's go. We're going to figure this shit out right now. See who these traitors really are. But very, very excellent news. And the last one here. Q has been posting like crazy since they came back from, I believe, that their 10 days of darkness. Indictment tracking placeholders. And this is just, I'm not sure exactly what this is yet. This seems like some kind of pattern that Q is trying to get us to follow to figure out the indictment tracking, the placeholders. I'm not sure exactly what any of this means. I didn't get time to dig into it, but either way, still very interesting. And that's as far as they've dropped today. It's 8:40 p.m. on Eastern time, so who knows? They could keep dropping because they've been dropping like atom bombs lately. So I just want to just go over some of the quick news stories I was able to find, just to go over, and then we'll take calls to end the show. This is from the Epic Times. AJ Barr opposes Bill Gates' proposal for COVID-19 vaccine certificates. So, again, the articles I'm showing you guys right now are the ones that I was finding when I was in my really bad mood. And it's going to get worse as we go down the line, but don't worry about it. Attorney General William Barr came out in opposition to a proposal floated by Bill Gates for people to eventually gain certificates for being vaccinated against the CCP virus. This infuriated me. This is chipping away at our liberties. We already know Google is tracking certain cities with people's movements already. But now Bill Gates wants everyone to get a digital certificate, just like the thing that goes under your skin, a little digital fingerprint that can track you, that can scan you. That's already out in the world. I think it's Norway that's using it right now. Thousands of people have these chips that are implanted on their skin. They're able to make certain transactions. They just scan their hand. It is scary as shit. It's the best way I could put it. So Barr says, I'm very concerned about the slippery slope in terms of continuing encroachments on personal liberty. And that's exactly what this is. I do think during the emergency, appropriate, reasonable steps are fine. Barr said on Wednesday night when asked about the proposal during an appearance on Fox News' Ingram Angle. Pressed to be more specific, he added, I'd be a little concerned about that, the tracking of people and so forth generally, especially going forward over a long period of time. Gates is funding multiple efforts to produce a vaccine against the CCP virus, commonly known as novel coronavirus, and I commend the Epoch Times for calling this virus exactly what it is, the Chinese Communist Party virus. During a question and answer session on Reddit, an online forum, he floated the idea of a certificate. When asked what changes society will have to make in light of the pandemic, the question of which business should keep going is tricky. Certainly food supply and the health system, we still need water, electricity, and the internet. Supply chains for critical things need to be maintained. Countries are still figuring out what to keep running, he said. Eventually, we'll have some digital certificates to show who has recovered or been tested recently, or when we have the vaccine who has received it, he added. A number of commentators reacted strongly to the proposal, saying it validated conspiracy theorists, love that word, about world leaders wanting mandatory marks for vaccines. But it really isn't that much of a conspiracy theory. It's not. These things exist already. They're being implemented. These aren't conspiracy theories. Stop. This stupid word. I hate this word. Asked about backlash to the proposal, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation told Reuters, the reference to digital certificates relates to efforts to create an open source digital platform with the goal of expanding access to safe home-based testing. You see how they try to sneak that in there? This is for your benefit. This is only for your benefit and nothing else. This is going to help create future technology where you can have home-based testing. But we're still going to track you. We're still going to watch you. We're going to know exactly what medications you're on, what sicknesses you have. We're going to know everything about your medical life. And we have free access to it. But don't worry. Don't worry. You don't have to drive to the doctor anymore because now you can just get tested at home. That's what we're all going for. Vaccines and home testing. Unbelievable. So Barr said there are situations where liberties can be restricted, such as during war and pandemics, but added the Department of Justice was going to look at whether the draconian measures, he called them the draconian measures, thank you for calling them what it is, that are being adopted are fully justified and there are not alternative ways of protecting people. When on April 30th, restrictions the U.S. government put forth expire, officials should let people adopt, Barr said. I think we have to allow people to adapt more than we have and not just tell people to go home and hide under their bed, but allow them to use their ways, social distancing and other means to protect themselves, he said. Now, isn't that an idea? Because as we all know now, every single model that was used to project all these numbers, how many beds in hospitals we needed, all the people that were going to die, blah, 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 are all wrong now, and they're all being severely downgraded. All of them. That's not fact. That is the numbers. And I'm not condoning this, but don't be surprised if people start not giving a shit about these social distancing practices. If you had the numbers to back up what you were saying, people would probably listen more. I'm just being objective. That's how I feel about it. And let's throw this buffoon out here too. Pope Francis says pandemic is nature's response to human inaction over climate change. And guys, I'm sorry, I know the stream is going in and out here with poor quality. We have had terrible internet for the last week now. It's just been awful, so nothing we can do about that. So yeah, Pope Francis says pandemic is nature's response to human inaction over climate change. Oh, that's what it is. I forgot. It's all about climate change. So, asked by British journalist Austin Everai whether the COVID-19 crisis is an opportunity for an ecological conversion, the pontiff reasserted his belief that humanity has provoked nature by not responding adequately to the climate crisis. There is an expression in Spanish, God always forgives, we forgive sometimes, but nature never forgives. Francis said in the interview published Wednesday, we did not respond to the partial catastrophes. Who now speaks of the fires in Australia? Remembers that a year and a half ago a boat could cross the North Pole because the glaciers had all melted. Who speaks now of the floods? I don't know if it's nature's revenge, but it is certainly nature's response, he added. You just stop. Asked whether the COVID-19 pandemic is nature's way of taking revenge on humanity, the pontiff suggested that nature is calling for attention. Yes. This bioweapon that was made in China had something to do with all the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. What are we doing? Why doesn't the Pope just clean all the pedophiles out of his Vatican and then we can start talking? Unreal, dude. Unreal. I don't know what this was for, but either way, one last thing that pissed me off really bad today. Adam Schiff is unveiling a bill to create a coronavirus commission to review U.S. response. So Adam Schiff, ladies and gentlemen, is again creating another committee, more bullshit, and they're going to be reviewing. We all know it. It's not the U.S. response. It's Trump's response to the coronavirus, and we're going to start more distractions, more bullshit over and over again. This is when I saw this, guys, after I was already down listening to that podcast for 3 hours and I just wanted to, crawl into a dark hole and never come out. I saw this and I was just like, when does this end? Because I don't want to, it's like, I'm going to get to a point where I don't want to talk about this stuff anymore. I just don't want to talk about it. It's a complete waste of time. But this is what's going on. Amidst all the shit that's going on, Schiff is focusing on creating a coronavirus commission to review U.S. response. It's unreal. It's unreal. So this will make you happy. This was from KevBoat44 on Twitter. It says, holy shit, despite Deep State Fauci just got caught leaking info to the Mockingbird and Trump knows. The sham is up. So watch, I'm going to give you guys this video here. This is great.
Federal projections. There's new reporting today that new federal projections suggest lifting. I'd like to ask you, if I can, about the new federal projections that suggest lifting the 30-day shelter-in-place orders would lead to a spike in infections. Have you seen those new projections from your Department of Homeland Security and HHS?
I have not. When did they say this would take place? When?
They said that it would take place if the 30-day shelter-in-place were to be removed. There are three different examples.
We'll talk about that. Doctor, would you like to talk about that?
Impact your thinking, though?
They haven't seen it. I guess you're saying
So the reporter asked, have you seen these new numbers from the Department of Homeland Security? And Trump's like, I haven't seen this. I haven't seen any of this. And he's looking at the doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, didn't know he was going to bring that one up. And look what happens.
they leaked it to NBC.
They didn't leak it to us. It's being reported.
Nobody's seen it, and they're the ones that do it.
It's your administration, so I asked. It's from the HHS and DOJ. Yeah. I'll circle back.
We'll find out about it. They don't know about it.
So in
You want
terms
to say something, Monica?
First of all, Peter, I haven't seen that. So seen that. But, yeah, that's okay. I still haven't seen it. I've been in here all day.
Look how defensive and look how ratty he gets. Well, I've been in here all day dealing with all this shit. Dude, you got caught. The information you just got comes from you.
just telling you what I.
So what I think that they're talking about is that.
And he it's just word salad after that. Just vomits word salad. Fauci got caught, and you can just tell Trump was pissed. It's like, oh, this is news to me. And he's pointing over to the doctors, looking at them like, well, they're the ones that'd be telling you guys this information. It didn't come from me. And he says, doctor, get right up here. You think the relationship between them is good? This is why I was just like, why does Trump have this dude around? Why does he have him around? I don't know. Maybe he is keeping his enemies closer. I don't know. It's whatever. So again, This is talking about this got queued here. We talked about this. Multiple DC grand jury subpoenas have been issued, and to end the night, this is from a article from the Daily Caller. Mystery footnotes from FISA report set for declassification. This is what Techno Frog was talking about and what he got queued for. There is 4 footnotes from the Justice Department Inspector General's report on the Trump-Russia probe will soon be declassified. 2 Republican Senate chairmen have pushed for months to declassify the footnotes, saying that they will shed new light on what information the FBI gathered on the Steele dossier. A source familiar with the matter says that at least 1 footnote contains information regarding possible Russian disinformation in the dossier. U.S. intelligence officials are close to declassifying 4 footnotes from the Justice Department Inspector General's report on the Trump-Russia probe, with a Justice Department official telling the Daily Caller News Foundation that the release of the document is imminent. So it's going to be public. We're all going to see what these footnotes say. It's going to be fantastic. The Republican senators sent a follow-up letter to AMB Richard Grinnell, the acting director of ODNI, on April 2nd, urging him to again declassify the information. They said they had fruitful discussions. Fruitful. Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad it was fruitful. Discussions with the Justice Department, but that career intelligence officials were hesitant to declassify the footnotes. Well, too bad. They're coming out. The letter seemingly spurred on the decision to declassify the documents. So we're all going to be able to see what these footnotes say. It's not going to be anything we're going to be surprised about. The senators have not publicly identified the 4 footnotes in question, but sources have previously told the DCNF that they dealt with information related to dossier author Christopher Steele's interactions with Russian oligarchs and information from Steele sources for the dossier. Things are going to get really interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Hoping that we're going to see some justice and all that good stuff. So that's what I got as far as the content, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a full 50 minutes in here. I'm so pumped we got to do that. All right. So, thanks, Sean. I know we had some trolls in the chat as usual, and you got them right out of there. Thanks for keeping these chats sexy as hell as usual. Thank you, my friend. I'm going to put the phone number up on the old screen here. And we're going to take some calls. I want to talk to you guys. I want to see how you guys are all doing out there. This Skype here. 845-320-446. It's a little cluttered, but it's all right. Let's check out the chat. All right, guys. Yeah, I feel so much better that I got this out. Thanks, Sean. Such great info tonight. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we got up to just over 400 viewers tonight, which is awesome. Not bad for a Friday night. There's so many other streams and channels going at this time. That's why I usually don't do Fridays, but I just had to talk. I had to get this out. I needed people to listen. Today felt positive even with no D-class. Yeah. This morning it wasn't. This afternoon it wasn't. I've been waking up at like 10, 11 o'clock just every day, but we got our first call here. Cool. Let's do it. 4767, you're on with Woke Societies.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic. What do you got tonight?
I just have a question.
Sure.
Okay. You guys, do you guys recognize that today the White House had changed the photograph for the plane? And we have the Q drop that says that he's going to be secure in the AF-1. I just am wondering what y'all's thoughts on that are.
No, this is the first time I've heard that. So what changed?
The White House cover picture. They took the banner picture,
okay,
and changed it to the AF-1.
AF-1. So what would AF-1 mean? That's what I would have to know.
the
Air Force
plane,
One?
Trump's plane. Yeah. The
Air Force One.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, I'd have to see what the banner looks like. I'm not sure. I would have to see what. I'm not sure what it looks like. That's news to me. As far as meaning, who knows? Who knows? Because him and Q speak through symbols, just like he says symbols be their downfall. There's definitely symbols that are used by Q and the Q team and Trump to signal good symbols as well. So I'd have to see it to answer it with conviction. But
gotcha.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it changed. I mean, today, having General Flynn's changed and theirs changed too. Basically, pretty much around the same time. So
that's crazy.
That was kind of wild. Yeah, and just because we have the Q drop that says that he's going to be insulated, in that Q drop, it says he'll be insulated. So just the fact that the plane was there and that Q drop says he'll be insulated, just curious what you guys thought about that.
Sure, yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. That was one of the things that got me out of my funk. I saw somebody post that Q drop. It's an older Q drop, but it did say that Trump is insulated. He is protected with. It's got to be military around him, and not to worry about that.
Yeah, well, today during his presser, and I'm just going to say it's number 35, just because he said it several times. Yeah. So number 35, the very first sentence on there is that he will be, insulated in the F1. So that's just, just wondering what you guys thought about that. Like
I'm pulling it up now.
I thought that was pretty. What's that?
I'm pulling it up right now. Somebody sent it to me on Twitter. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I see it. That's I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm sure there's got to be some kind of meaning to it. They wouldn't just do that for no reason. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, no, I just asking because no one's really. There's been some talk about it, but no one's been going, okay, well, does this mean he's going to be in the plane because he said it 35 several times during the presser or whatever? But no, I just thought I would get your input, see what you thought. So.
Absolutely, that's great. Well, what was your name?
I'm Melissa Ray.
Melissa Ray. Okay.
I don't always. I'm bad about I have to watch you. So I have to my phone and my TV. I have to put it on my phone and then I go to my YouTube and then I can pull it up in my history.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes I don't know if you see me on there, but I watch you. I see your stuff all the time.
Well,
I am always watching.
I really appreciate the support. I'm just glad you're out there listening to me. So I appreciate you calling in. You should call in more. It was a good call for sure.
All right, great. I appreciate it too, man. You take care and thanks for keeping us all posted, man. We love your show. I love your show.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay, take care. All right, bye.
All right, we're going right to the next one here. 6769. You're on with Woke Societies.
This is fun.
Yep, you're on with Scott. How's it going, man?
Not too bad, man. Hey, so you're asking why he keeps Fauci and them around?
Yep.
I would say the same thing you did. You keep your friends close and your enemies closer, but he's giving them plenty of rope to hang themselves and making a lot of people wake up to what's really going on. So I think he does it for a reason.
Well, yeah, man, that's, It's really the thing is I'm sure you've seen too that the timing of when all this happened. So when I'm talking about the timing, January 15th was a very important date. January 15th is when the China trade talks were going to go into effect. Also the same time that Nancy Pelosi put in the impeachment papers to the Senate, and also the same time that the first patient in Washington was confirmed for COVID, all on the same day. So the thing is, when I see all these coincidences in the timing, it tells me that it looks like there's some kind of plan that these people knew that something was going on ahead of time. And maybe you're right. Maybe Trump is trying to let them bury themselves in deeper. So when this all comes out and people see that, people like Pelosi and Gates, whoever was involved with all this, let the Americans suffer.
Yep.
Let them suffer. And he's just going to pretty much give them to the public on a silver platter and be like, now we can convict these people. So that I didn't have that mindset this morning. Like I told you, I was an emotional wreck this morning. I just hated everything. I was over everything. I wanted these people gone, but it's not going to happen that way. And I thought about it. Maybe he is keeping these enemies close. Trump's not stupid. That's the thing. Like he's not an idiot.
Nope.
He knows what's going on. He
How
knows.
long do you think that they've been going on?
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Good.
That's why.
You ever seen the George magazines?
No.
The Jfk Jr., the magazine company that he had, there's a lot. It's a trip. You'll have to research that. I was watching a guy probably a few months ago, and it's showing how he was talking about, I forget exactly what it was, but it had something to do with the year 2020. And so what are your thoughts on JFK Jr.? You think he's still around, or?
No, JFK Jr.'s he's gone. When I first started doing videos on YouTube, JFK Jr. was like my 5th or 6th episode because I started to dig into the guy that's always, I forgot it. It's not Fauci. He's another Italian name, but the guy that he's always
Vincent Fusco.
Yeah, Fusco. That's him. I did a whole thing on him, and then I found the Q drop where they ask Q straight up about JFK Jr. and they say no, he's definitely dead. So I've kind of let that one go. And again, it was
but he also said misinformation.
Yeah,
is necessary.
Yeah, no, people always say that. No, Q also says that. So I mean, it's a military operation. I know I said that tonight. So who knows, man?
Yeah,
who knows?
We'll just have to wait and see. But
that's it. That's all we can do.
But I'm sure some good. Yep. But anyways, all right. I'll let you talk to some other folks. Have a good night.
You too, man. Thanks for calling. All right. Yeah, sometimes when I move my head a little bit, the audio will go in and out. Ron Frey. Yes. These mics are super sensitive, but that's why I got them. They're very good microphones. Good call so far. So keep calling in, guys. 845-232-0446. We'll take a couple more. See what's going on out here. Yeah, the thing is, too, I think Sean's here. California declared themselves a national state. Oh, this is Eddie. It's the effing doctor.
There he is. What's up?
What's up, dude?
Did you see the General Flynn banner change as well today?
Yes. Let me go to his Twitter real quick. I'll pull that up for everybody.
Yeah, that was a really cool one. It looks like the moon was shining through the clouds, but it looked like an eyeball. And it was 2 shots next to each other, so it looked like 2 eyes coming out. Eye of the storm.
Let me see here. Yep. Yeah, I got it up here on the computer here. It's not a clear image, but I got the banner here.
Nice.
I'm trying to see because I saw a better picture of this before, but yeah, it looks like a face, right? That's what it is? Like a face that moon's an eye and it's looking through the dark clouds.
Yeah. Now, so that picture was taken after a storm in Poland. I think Inevitable ET had posted the link to where it came from.
Oh shit! Okay.
But it was really cool, really really cool just to look at. It definitely looks like an eyeball. It's so
yeah,
wild.
It does. That's why I'm looking here. Yeah, I did see that. That is absolutely crazy. I gotta get a follow by him, by the way. He follows everybody besides me. What the heck is up with that? I'm gonna send him a letter. I'm gonna send him a letter.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also, I had put something up when you were talking about earlier about the footnotes.
Yes.
That have been redacted. So there was a Delta file that was given to the top FBI officials as well. In those footnotes, it says, the Delta file was given to them, and they didn't even pay attention to the Delta file. Now, the Delta file had to do with Christopher Steele and where he got his information from and how it was literally just a bunch of fluff that he put together, and they completely ignored it and didn't even turn it in with the FISA warrant application.
So they didn't even look at it. They didn't even
look at it.
They just said, well, this isn't going along with what we need to do, so we're just going to bypass this.
Completely.
It's really sad, man.
It's going to be Comey, McCabe, It's going to be Brennan. It's going to be Clapper. I'm telling you. In some of the Q drops, it said that Peter Strzok and Lisa Page were cooperating witnesses.
Yeah.
So my assumption is going to be, there were six slots. I'd love to see the 6 slots filled with George Soros, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Clapper, Comey, and Brennan.
Let me see right here, dude.
That'd be.
If you can check out the stream, I'm gonna put up a picture here of Durham. It's gonna probably be delayed.
I can't see it. I turned you off.
That's fine. You're gonna see it.
Call you.
You'll see it. It's a perfect cartoon picture of Durham here. It says, "Move him on, head him up, move him on." It must be some song, and it ends with Rawhide. I don't know what song this is, but it's Durham as a bull in his horns, and he's got 6 people. I think the ones you just described on his horns. And it's interesting that, yeah, you'll see it on the stream in just a moment. I saw a cartoon of it. In regards, yeah, and here's the Q drop right here. Indictments taking placeholders on 6, so I don't know, man. We'll have to see. The first one is going to shock the world.
The first one trigger a mass awakening, yeah, and the fallout into the streets.
So to me, it's got to be a president. It's got to be Soros, somebody. Dude, even if Bill Gates, I want Bill Gates gone, dude. My hatred for him has increased 100-fold. 100-fold.
Well, that and they said that didn't Q put a drop out that Obama was going to retreat to Kenya to escape indictment?
Right. Yeah. Right.
So I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I definitely think Soros got to go. So Soros has got to be the biggest one. He funds Antifa, he funds Black Lives Matter,
Dude,
he funds all of the anti-riot stuff that goes on.
Him and Gates are on that same level. Me and Soros might even be on a different level, but it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy, dude. Well,
it really is. Well, Soros got a couple pluses by his name. He's plus, right?
Yes, he does. That's not a good thing either. They said they got a special place for Soros and Gitmo.
Yeah, good.
Stupid malts, man.
Very good. Oh, man. Well, great show tonight, man. I just wanted to call in and share that little bit about that Delta file because, that had definitely... John Solomon confirmed that in, I think, one of his articles on justthenews.com.
Dude, that's awesome. I can't wait. I really can't wait.
I can't wait. No, today was a good day. 4/10/20 DJT day. It was a good day.
It was, man. This dude, I was an emotional wreck this morning. I was until Q started dropping, I started to cheer up, man, because I hated today. But ended up being a good day though. Ended up being positive, so my faith has been restored.
But wasn't it great how right in the beginning of the day, Q throws a drop out that says, "Listen, don't stick to dates and don't do this and don't do that," and then literally like hours later, you get redacted FISA stuff and this and that. It's like, they 4D chess, man. They're playing the game too. Misinformation is real. Disinformation is real.
That's it, man. And I really hope people get the point now that dates and shit on the keyboards, do not use those as markers, as time. Don't try to guess around it. Because how stupid would it be to think that that's the real time? Because the bad guys are looking at it too. It's a disinformation campaign. That's what it is.
100%.
People don't realize that, and they get upset when expectations are met. And here we are.
Exactly, dude. It's wild.
All right, man.
Oh man.
Well, maybe in a couple months
Friday,
we'll be able to get you out here again. Yeah, you too, dude.
Well, yeah, dude. Either that or we could try the the Skype in again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to increase my bandwidth. I'm gonna have to give Time Warner or Spectrum a call. Went in and out a couple of times today. We didn't have a dropout, but we gotta get
those Patreons up. We gotta get those Patreons up for you.
That's it, man. Patreon. That's it. Become a Patreon, man. It goes right to the bandwidth. You guys can have a quality stream.
Excellent, my brother. Shout out to Thinking Anon. What up, Sean? And you guys have a great Easter and everything. Enjoy time with the family, just like I've been.
All right, man. You too, man. I'll catch you later.
For sure. Take care.
Yep.
Stay woke.
Stay woke. Cool. Got the doctor calling in. Got the doc calling in. So I guess Rawhide's an old Western song. If I play it on here, YouTube will give me a copyright strike. Not that it matters anyways, because I'm demonetized. That's right, people. If you have donations, the super chats that you would normally give to me, send it to my PayPal. If you have a message for me, send it. I will read it on the next live stream. That's how we're going to have to do it. That's how we have to do it, because YouTube is discouraging creators that speak the truth. Remember, I saw this on Thomas Paine's t-shirt. Truth is the new hate speech. And what a wonderful quote that is. We'll take one more call. And here it is. "9811, you're on with Woke Societies."
What's up, bud? How you guys doing?
Hey, what's going on? What's on your mind tonight?
I just want to comment on everything that's going on and DJT did, but Good Friday to everybody.
Absolutely.
Hope all the A9s and all the Patriots those sticks stay strong, guys. Like, we have a lot of momentum on our side. You know, just don't give up. A lot of things get, disinformation is a real thing, and we just gotta, stick to your plan and stay strong, dude.
That's it, man. Yeah, no, your positive attitude is exactly what we need. We have to hold the faith. We have to just keep pushing. What else can we do at this point, We don't really have a choice.
Absolutely.
Because why stay negative, right?
And what you just said before, what the last person called, if they know if everything that Q pushes out, and of course they have to they see it, and if it's all telegraphed and they know what's going on, we have to have some kind of idea from not knowing everything that's happening. You can't just put it out there, because then they're gonna know what the plan, what's happening is.
Exactly, man.
So,
that's the thing. People don't realize that they can't just put the plans out for the enemy to see, because how would that work? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's you said it better than I did just then. But yeah, you just can't just put it out there. Obviously, they're looking at things. They're seeing the boards. If no one knows, if no one does, if the people don't understand, they're not looking at the boards, then you're just not understanding, because these people have been doing this for such a long time. Think about how long it's been going on for. They're smart as shit. And
that's what I'm saying,
we just can't think. Yeah, we just can't think that. Oh, it's well, we can't predict things. It's going to happen. Things are going on. A lot of good things are going on. Just don't lose faith.
That's it, man. No, I was losing a little bit of faith, but I knew I was going to come back around. I just needed to see some things, and I'm good now, man.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I think we all get discouraged at times, because we want to see like some powerful, something like Hillary Clinton, blah blah, get taken down.
Yeah.
Which it's possible. It's a big possibility, but things are happening behind closed doors, behind the scenes.
Exactly.
We gotta just, we're a team, guys. We're a solid team here. Where we go one, we go all. So just keep that message strong, and I love everybody out there, man. Everyone has a positive message, and keep faith, bud.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate the call.
Yeah.
You should call in
thank
more.
You, bud. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Enjoy your night. I'm tuning in, bro.
Awesome. I appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
All right, thanks, man. See you, bud.
All right, I'm going to take this call here because they keep trying to call. This is it, though. This is it. Last call.
Things are happening behind
2530, you're on with Woke Societies. How's it going? 2530, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's going on, man?
All right, let me shoot his mic. Yeah, how's it going, brother?
Good. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, basically, everything that's going on is the greatest psychological warfare, man. It's awesome. I love it. Basically, what I'm saying is we know what the ships are for. We know what everything's for. But like you said, you got to wait. I know I've been very impatient, and I really like to see these people go, but you had to get the judges in there, right?
That's it, man. That's it. Like,
and then you have to. Well, okay. Then you have to get the judges. You have to get everybody in place. You have to get rid of the White House. Like I said today, what was said on, I don't like to promote him, but Hannity, the guy came out and said basically the indictments for the FISAs are out.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Hannity's not too bad. Fox News in general is shit. Any of that media is mostly shit, but Hannity, he's not the worst. But that's the thing, man. People don't realize Trump has enemies on both parties, Democrat and Republican, and it's entrenched, man. It's entrenched. He just got to the White House. He's not a career politician. He jumped in the middle of that hyena pit, and he's trying to just clean it out. And this doesn't just happen in 3-4 years. It's entrenched.
No, it takes a lot. But here's the other thing: what he's done lately is showed the cards of those two clowns up there about the virus. You got Frosty showing his little Baphomet single, putting his hand in his pocket with a hidden hand in masonry.
Yeah, I saw
that. You got the lady
that.
there who's actually under indictment. He's sitting there back there laughing at these clowns.
Oh, I know.
And hopefully, I want to let you go, but basically I want to tell you, this stuff is really real. And basically, once they show the kids, I think it's all over. But believe me, they're just going to die. They're not going to execute them because the libtards and half the world are freaks. So
can you imagine, man, if they publicize, if they put on TV the Gitmo hangings? Can you imagine if they put that on public?
Oh, dude, I pay pay-per-view. I don't even have TV. I buy TV. Just do it.
Just to watch it and then bring it back, right? You're good to go.
Yep, you got it. All right, love your man. Love your show. You're awesome, dude. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, man. Take it easy. All right. That's it for the calls. We're just going to hang out just a little bit more. Yeah, audio is good on my end, ladies and gentlemen. Audio is fine on this end. Trust me, I've been painstakingly trying to make this audio as good as it can. This is all new to me. Guys, I learned all this shit on the fly. YouTubing, podcasting. I didn't go to school for any of this stuff. I'm learning as I go. It's cheaper that way. It's a lot cheaper that way. So, yes, thank you, everybody. Let me just check to see if there was donations made already. If not, it's no big deal. Let's see. I turned Skype off. At least I thought I did. Let me get that number out of here now. Goodbye. Yeah, we'll keep cutting that out. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. It was a pleasure. I feel so much better. I feel like I lost 20 pounds, by the way, talking to everybody. We maintained a viewer count of 350. That's pretty cool. Friday nights are usually not good nights to do live streams. Yeah, the last caller definitely had some breakages, so it was probably him. I'll blame him. My audio is perfect. It's perfect. See everybody in my Woke Society's mug? Look how pretty it looks. It's pretty. You can have one too. You can have one too. My brother makes these. You think we will have anything exciting on Easter? When is Easter? I don't even know when Easter is. I don't even know when Easter is. Who knows, man? Let's just make it till tomorrow. The world changes every single day. Yeah, everybody, do what Tanya's doing. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's get it up to 300 if we can. Awesome show, my brother. Thanks for having us. We love you. Love you guys too. Love you guys too. We are creating our own community here, our fan base here. And should have callers introduce themselves. That is a good idea. We'll do that. Great idea. But yeah, the support that you guys give me, we're building our community here, and it's so nice to see. You guys love this stuff. Just like I love this stuff. Oh, it's this Sunday. Okay. Maybe. We'll have to see. I don't know. We shall see. All right, guys. So that is all I got for everybody tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out. You'll see me out and about. But don't forget, I gotta do my shameless plugs. Go to my Woke Society's YouTube page. Like, share, comment. Tell your friends and family. Go to my Patreon. You can become a Patreon for as little as $1 a month, $12 a year. Go to my BitChute, my backup channel. Go away, Skype. Thank you. and my Woke Society's webpage with all of my podcasting platforms, and of course my store. And if you guys want to donate to the show, send it to PayPal. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, stay woke.
Yeah.